Sakusa Kiyumi bolted upright in bed, his heart racing, drenched in sweat. His breaths came in short, panicked bursts as the remnants of a nightmare that clung to his thoughts. A nightmare about the person he most hated for manipulating him, not caring about his germaphobe, having a nightmare about his abusive ex-boyfriend. To him, his cousin Komori was the one who made him realize how abusive and toxic his relationship with his ex-boyfriend was. It was hard, but he didn't wish to be manipulated for life. He was very grateful to his cousin for making him realize and getting away from his ex after he broke up. But it didn't mean that he still didn't have nightmares of those moments he never wished to remember. Frantically, Sakusa reached for the hand sanitizer on his nightstand, squeezing it until his hands were raw. The familiar sting of the disinfectant did little to calm the storm of emotions raging within him. He needed reassurance, something to ground him back to reality. Just then, Atsumu stirred beside him, opening his eyes and sensing Sakusa's distress. Omi. Are you alright? Atsumu sat up straight, his voice was laced with concern. Atsumu took the hand sanitizer that he kept beside him and he used it in front of his lover's eyes to let him know he was clean as he showed it to Sakusa. Look, Omi, I am clean. Can I touch you now? Atsumu waited for his lover's reply as Sakusa nodded his head. Yes. He gently placed a hand on Sakusa's trembling shoulder. Sakusa hesitated, feeling a pang of vulnerability. But the warmth of Atsumu's touch was a lifeline in the darkness of his mind. What happened? Did you have a nightmare? Yes. I had a nightmare about my ex, he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. Atsumu knows everything about his situation with his ex. Without hesitation, Atsumu wrapped his arms around Sakusa, pulling him into a comforting embrace. Despite Sakusa's fear of contamination, he found solace in Atsumu's presence, the one person who understood him deeply. Atsumu held Sakusa tightly, murmuring words of comfort as he patiently waited for Sakusa's anxiety to subside. He didn't push, respecting Sakusa's boundaries, yet offering unwavering support. As the minutes ticked by, Sakusa's panicked breathing gradually slowed. Atsumu's steady heartbeat served as a calming rhythm, grounding Sakusa back to the present moment. Finally, with a steadier voice, Sakusa whispered, "Thank you, Atsu. You make me feel safe." Atsumu held him a moment longer before pulling back slightly to meet Sakusa's gaze. Always, Omi. I'll always be here for you. His eyes held a sincerity that eased the remnants of fear in Sakusa's heart. At that moment, under the comforting blanket of the night, Sakusa felt a sense of security he had rarely experienced before. Atsumu's unwavering support and understanding made him realize that amidst his fears and nightmares, there was someone who saw beyond his anxieties and loved him unconditionally. With a soft smile, Sakusa nestled closer to Atsumu, feeling the weight of his worries lessen. You make me feel safe, he repeated, this time with a hint of gratitude and affection in his voice, knowing that, with Atsumu by his side, he could face anything, even his deepest fears.